particular video, I don't see that your trunk rotates early. I don't think it's pulling early, but I will say that the body is extremely like adaptable to that input of that direction you're giving it initially. So if it perceives that the direction's this way, and then at the last second, it then realizes that the actual direction is this way, that's what can actually cause that trunk to then early rotate, right? Has to rotate early, has to rotate pretty aggressively, because you're establishing basically a misdirection towards what the realistic target is and what your drive leg direction target is. Hopefully that makes sense. But so just notice, like, just watch Stroman's foot. Okay. Now as he descends, as he descends from his leg lift, notice the time in which his foot is grounded, staying connected to the ground, his whole foot, right? So he holds, and then it snaps. All right. So that is like a huge piece, man. I see it like just from just naturally observing guys that throw at high power output, is like their ability to store up energy in that drive leg and produce a lot of energy in that drive leg, and then hold and snap into rear hip internal rotation late, right? So like, especially, if we're trying to maximize energy, if we disconnect, essentially what that means is like, we're not going to be able to store up as much energy as possible, and we're going to start leaking that energy earlier, rather than like, really storing it up and snapping that hip into early, or snapping that hip like into rotation violently. So you see here that heel disconnects, and now you're kind of just leaking, right? And it just kind of leaks that whole way. Okay, so he descends. So he has that shift in the foot, but that doesn't disconnect him, right? So now as he descends, he's loading up, right? He's stabilizing that drive leg, and then he holds that dude for like, he's keeping pelvis like neutral the whole way through, and then it snaps, dude, like violent snap into rotation. Watch. Wham. See that? Wham, 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 wham. That's the difference, man. Especially like for me, I'm able to get away with it because I have the same problem. I'm able to get away with it because like I'm a bigger dude. I naturally produce more force into the ground because I have more force to produce, right? So especially when you're a smaller guy, like that's what you're going to be required to do, is make sure that is not leaking.